jiggly there. Let's calm that down. We're a little crooked too. Still crooked, aren't we? I mean, there was a crooked man. Okay, it's gonna have to do. What do you think? Okay, let's go. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I know it's Feliz Navidad for you. I know, but we're working on that English. Remember, Ferdinand? And I'm working on my Spanish. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas in 12 different days. All right, guys, welcome to Belle's Bargains. Today is day number 1 of 12 Days of Christmas. Now, if you've been a bestie of mine for a while, you'll remember I did 12 Days of Christmas last year on my channel. But this is a 12 Days of Christmas challenge. But I am going to, every day, I'm going to post right up here my matching day from last year because it was so much fun last year. And then at the end, I'll put the playlist of the 12 Days of Christmas. But this is a challenge. So hold on, let me tell you about this challenge. Oh, this is a fun one, you guys. It's the 12 Days of Christmas running November 1st through November 12th. Our host is Brenda from Rustic and Lace DIY and Krista from Krista's Crafty Life. So make sure you check in my description box for that playlist and come back all 12 days and watch these amazing creators create some fun stuff for you. And each one of the days is themed, which I will talk about in my introduction. So I hope you enjoy this. I mean, like, how fun is that, right? Sorry about the camera, you guys. I was crafting and I just flipped my thing up to film this, and yeah, and it's not a stable one. Anyway, okay, so I'm super excited about today because day number 1 for this challenge was ornaments. And I was like, yeah, this is fun. And for those of you who don't know, if you're just visiting the channel right now, we moved to Mexico, and so I'm no longer a Dollar Tree channel because they don't have Dollar Tree here. So now I'm a trash channel. I'm just trashy. I'm a trashy girl. I am making crafts from trash and recyclable items as opposed to going out and purchasing all these craft items for here. So I'm super proud of the 2 things that I made today. They're so cool, and we're gonna start with this one. I mean, you guys, right? It's so cool. Marcus could not tell what I was making when I started this. So I'm not even gonna talk about the, watch. I'm just gonna show you how I made this from all trash and recycled items. Watch. So I'm saving everything, and these are the orange juice containers. Mark says orange juice every morning. And I cut them, the bottom off of one and put them together. And then I trimmed a little bit more off of it, and then notice I lined up the signage on them just because I knew that was gonna slightly show through as an impression on it, right? Because it's raised slightly, so I lined them up. All right, I think it was about 3 coats of the red. Went on pretty easily. And now I'm gonna build the bottom of my ornament here, which comes more to a point. You know, and I have taken, it's a bottle cap, and then that is the inside of an alcohol bottle. It's Captain Morgan, the pour spout of it. I just save all these little bits and pieces, and I throw them in the little container and pull them out when I need them. So you could build that with almost anything. Now these are little dots like that you purchase to soften when you close your cupboards. I'll talk about, I bought them accidentally and then stuck them in my craft stash here. And so I'm just painting some of them silver. And then I'm going to paint some of them green because those are basically the colors that we're using for this large ornament. I so love how this came out. It was really fun. I'm showing this to Mark as I was building it, and at first he's like, I don't know what it is. And then when I was all done, he'd be like, oh my gosh, wow. So this is the green that we're going to use, and obviously I'm not doing any red because we've painted the entire ornament in red, right? But we're going to take those center spots that are just like perfect. They're rounded, and they just lend themselves to be painted another color. So here's that green, right? So now we're total traditional here with the red and the green. And I based all these colors based on the only Christmas ribbon I have, this one roll of Christmas ribbon that I bought at my 22 peso store. And so that's how I decided on my color scheme, was because I knew I had used that ribbon. By the way, you know I left on the packaging label on here, and you really can't tell in the end. I was fine with that. They were just kind of hard to get off. So now everything that I've built on the bottom, we're going to paint that red. I ended up, by the way, using a more like a crazy glue to put all these on. I had ordered some online. It finally came the day that I was doing this. And so what I initially did with white glue, I used crazy glue later. The white glue didn't work. Now, I did not show the footage, but I just wrapped one piece of our ribbon around the center because that hides where I have joined my two orange juice containers together, right? There was a lip there, so that covers it totally. And now I'm taking these painted dots and I'm just evenly dispersing them. Now, because this is sort of the color of the ribbon, I'm using the twine that I have. I just don't have, I'm so limited on my supplies. And so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna pull in that burlap color basically from the ribbon and use my twine here. And so I wrap the very top of it, I'm sorry, this is the bottom of it, but it also hides all the different elements that gave me the point down there at the bottom, right? And then once I get that on there, I just glue it down. I didn't like the color, it was too light, which I keep doing with this twine. So what is that? That's my instant coffee stain, right? And I'm just gonna stain that twine up, and it's gonna look more like the burlap color like that's on the ribbon, so that we have some cohesiveness in our color. And then that was a curtain tie back that I purchased at my 22 peso store. I bought it just because, like, I'm sure I'll be able to use this for something at Christmas. And so I cut off the one end of it. By the way, they were magnet. That's how they came together to wrap around the curtains. I used the magnet to my advantage because the bottom of that was a bottle cap, so it magneted on. And I just took the silver, because this was sort of like pearls, and I sort of wiped the silver over it. And then the second one, I took the cording, and I'm going to push the cording into it so that it's my hanger, right? So I've just I sort of cut down the ends and tapered them a little bit so that I could glue them into that, and this is going to become the top on my ornament here, the large ornament. So now I'm going to go around with the green, and we're going to add the rest of these dots on here. I just went with sort of a symmetrical pattern rather than random because of the shape of this. It just lent itself better, I thought, to actually using a pattern for the dots. But of course you could have done it randomly as well, right? And then I go in with the silver, and I cover using the silver basically on the green and the green basically on the red. And I don't think I showed it, but I did wrap, as you can see, some twine on the top as well to balance it with the bottom twine. And again, we're tying in all of our colors. And then once I get these all on, and I think I used up all but 2 of the dots, so it was perfect. I have more dots, but I didn't want to overdo it. I think this was absolutely perfect. Then I make a bow for the very top of it. Now, obviously, we're going to use the only Christmas ribbon that I have that we've already put in the middle of this ornament. And I'm going to make a very simple twist and loop bow and tie it with a twine and glue it to the top and dovetail it. Now, I did not give it super long tails, so I want to explain this to you guys. See, we're seeing the ribbon in the middle. The last thing I want to do is have my tails actually run into that, because it would look funky. So I make my bow just the right length so that my tails are coming to the very top of where the ornament expands. That's a visually it's way more appealing. I would have elongated it and taken away from the shape of it had I made those tails longer. And I'm taking my coffee stain to once again darken the twine that I've tied my bow together with. And I'm use the twine to tie it again because we're pulling that element in one more time. So we have some cohesiveness. I've dovetailed my ends and I just hot glue this on. And see what I'm saying? That it's just, and my bow is not any wider than the widest part of the ornament. Come on, it's pretty cool, right? Here's what I love. Oh, my Google's going off. Hey, Google, stop. What I love about these is that they're so light. Like, this is not a heavy ornament. So that means Google is just, hey, Google. No, alarm needed. Oh, my gosh. I'm going to have to go reprimand Google. I mean, maybe because we're in Mexico, it doesn't understand English. You know, like so many, if you guys don't know this, when you go to a different country, everything changes. So like all my stuff on my phone comes up, even if it's something American, it'll come up in Spanish. It's really, it's cool. I mean, it's interesting. So it makes sense actually. All right, so anyway, back to this. So these are super light, right? This is like, so that means when you're packing stuff away that you've made, I love the light stuff because it's not, it's, you know, it just makes, it's easier. Boxes that are lighter, right? Okay, so I'm in love with that one. Just a little, you know, spoiler alert, there might be another big ornament coming up in this series. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay, and then the second one, which I think this is, I could see making a ton of these for a tree. Can I just talk to you about this? I bought the foam balls, so that's not trash. The foam ball's not trash. But I bought them for a topiary challenge that I did. I made a topiary with book pages. Oh, it's so cool. Anyway, and so I had one styrofoam ball left over. So I was like, okay, I'll make an ornament out of it. But you guys, the trash thing is just, it takes your imagination off into these whole other arenas and you're just seeing things completely different. Like, is it tomorrow's? I made this one thing and I'm just like, what? I'm in love with it. Okay, so this was a dryer sheet. Why am I telling you? I do this all the time. I'm just gonna show you because I want to talk about like the elements and how this all came together, but like, what is that? You guys know what that is, right? Yeah. Okay, watch. So I'm taking a dryer sheet and I'm staining it in my instant coffee stain. And then I dried it and I went and wrapped, this was a double layer of packing foam with the stained dryer sheet over it. And this was this little, it looks like a badminton thing, but it was in my pill bottle. It's like, I guess to keep it aerated. Anyway, once I put that over it, I realized it was too thick with the 2 layers of the foam, so I cut it in half and then cut it down to be the exact same size as my stained dryer sheet, and then put a rubber band on it, and then I'm just check the fitting of my pill bottle thing, but it's so intricate and cool looking. And then I'm painting this with the gold. It's sort of a gold copper color because it's matching the sort of the monochromatic coloring of this ornament, right? So now I'm like brushing, sort of airbrushing on the gold onto the top of the dryer sheet. I'm just fiddling with the ruffling on the top there with the rubber band that's on there. Anyway, and I'm just airbrushing this on, right? Or just dry brushing rather, I'm sorry. Just to add some of that little tiny bit of sparkle onto the stained dryer sheet. And then I'm gonna take 3 pieces of coated wire. Now these are the wires like that wire in something when you purchase it from the store, you know, it's holding it in place, and I save those. And so I slowed this down just to show you. I took 3 of them, and I'm twisting, because it gives like the perfect faux ornament hanger look. It's just really, it's perfect. And these are sort of coated in a plastic, and so I'm just holding it, twisting it, and then see how it's just like, it's very high-end looking, like it's braided. I don't know, I thought it was absolutely perfect. So I got a good and tight twist, and then I pull it together, join it at the bottom, and I'm going to twist the bottom of this so that it gives it a loop. So this is going to be my hanger on this ornament. And I'm just getting it to the perfect twist. Now, putting those 2 ends together, we're going to take my pliers, and I'm going to twist them together. And then this is going to give me, you know, a solid piece down there, and I'm going to hot glue it into the center of my material there. I could have gone into the foam. I didn't need to. This is such a light ornament. So I'm going to put my little piece on and then hot glue in my hanger. Oh, it's looking so good already. And this is a Modelo beer top. It's a beer cap, but it has like gold on it because it's Modelo beer. And so it was perfect because it had that metallic look, and I'm just sort of brushing on some of this gold copper color just to make it match, trimming up the top there a little bit, just to even everything out. And then I'm going to take a paintbrush in the end, and we're going to polka dot all over this. This was so simple, and I think this is such a pretty ornament. I will probably keep this one forever. And super light, and all with trash. Well, except for the styrofoam ball, but you get the idea. Anyway, I hope you guys like this one too. But so beautiful and so simple. And I was talking about that hanger. Sorry, ignore the twine that I have this on here right now. But do you see? Like, can we get it to? It won't focus. Anyway, my nails are awful. They're getting done tomorrow. Okay, so this is just the wire that, you know, is twisted on to things when you buy things, right? I think it might have been even for my pliers that, you know, and I saved all that, but it looks so, I wish you guys could get a better view of this. Why won't it focus? But it looks so cool. It just looks like this really high-end, you know, wire hanger. And I don't get this, but I bought, I'm having some arthritis issues. Never had them before in my life. If anybody, you know, has any, give me some good ideas for that. But anyway, so I'd start taking Celebrex, and I think this was in the Celebrex. I don't remember which bottle it was in, but anyway, it was like the air thing in there. So I pulled it out of there. I was like, oh no, that's not going in the trash. Mama gonna use that. And it's just like this perfect topper. I just love this. Okay, so enough about that. There you go, you guys. Now listen, you have to go. I'm gonna go hang them back on the mirror where they will stay for Christmas, actually, in the photos. Okay. Now you need to go down below and check out the playlist, and then come back for 12 days straight. This is such a fun challenge, and Brenda and Krista, thank you so much for putting it on. So I hope you guys will come back. I'm trying desperately to get in on all 12 days. We'll see if I can get through that. I like made a list, like what do I, you know, like came up with stuff to do. So anyway, so hopefully I will make it onto all of them. But all right, you guys, everybody, let me know down below which one was your favorite. They're so different. I don't know that there's, yeah, I don't know. And if you're still watching right now, just put the word gold in for our little gold ornament. And thank you so much for watching. Now go to the playlist, go to Brenda's channel if you're not already part of Brenda's channel, or Krista's, then, you know, go check out their channels. But if you go right to the playlist, you're gonna go through everybody's channels anyway, and just make sure you know, if it's a new channel you like, to subscribe and give everybody a thumbs up, and always leave a comment. Okay, everybody, have a great day. I mean, Hans, I know, Ferdinand, I know. I'm so sorry. I'm glad you like the Christmas ornaments. Oh, I should make something for you. You're right. I should make a little ornament for Ferdinand. Okay. Have a great day, great week, a great life. Did I already say that? And from your singing crafty crafter, we wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. Come back and see me for 12 days. All right, guys. Happy bargain hunting. We'll see you next time. Toodles.